'Cause I'm praying for rain. I'm praying for tidal waves. I wanna see the ground give way. I wanna watch it all go down. Please flush it all away. I wanna see it go riot down. I wanna see it go riot. Watch you flush it all away. I sang that for a reason. But welcome to another episode of the Apocalypse. I am your guide, Nicholas. Donny Shitbags is not fit to shine Jimmy Carter's shoes, and yet he's angry that the flag may be flown at half-staff, not half-mast, during his dictatorial inauguration. Get ready for a rough ride in 2025. Good to see everybody again. I got some great clips here that I loaded up last night, and I don't even remember most of them. But let's get into it. Let me just open this iPad up right quick. Get to the gallery of all my lovely screenshots. And we're going to start with this. Donny Shitbag's agenda. I guess I'll do it in reverse order. I want to make this real clear, and this gentleman who wrote this out is one of the best on the internet I've seen. He's not a sensationalist. He just says things flat out truth. That's it. His name's Ron Filipowski, and I love pretty much everything he says. He and I think alike. I can tell. Anyway, Trump's agenda is leveraging politics to exponentially increase his net worth since 2016, which he has accomplished. Oh, he really accomplished that. Deporting migrants who don't work for Republican-owned businesses. Yeah, that's a real problem, right? Because everybody hires them, and I mean everybody. So you don't want to hurt your buddies that donated to your campaign by rounding up all their illegals. You want to, do a few show roundups to please the rubes. That's what's going to happen. I've been saying the same thing. You can't round them all up and ship them back because a lot of millionaire, billionaire friends of Donnie's would go bankrupt. Can't do that. For delusional MAGA who like to talk about how he took no salary or sacrificed a great life to serve. Yeah, that's a great point. I've seen these talking points by the trolls for 8 years now. And the rubes love to point that, oh, he didn't take a salary. Why would Donny Shitbags, the ultimate grifter, take that job and not take a salary? Because he knows there's a movie actually called Brewster's Millions where there's a line in there that talks about politicians run for office, a lot of them, not all of them, because they know, for that little salary they get when they're already worth, a few $1 million in their bank account, they don't need that little salary. They're running for another reason, obviously. The power, the influence, the favors they'll get for the favors they can grant. That's why they're there. And to grift, you're going to make more via the grift than you could ever make in 100 years with the salary. This is a very simple concept. And the rubes know what's up. But they need talking points, so they always throw that one out there. That Donnie took no salary and he sacrificed his great life in real estate. No, Donnie was broke. He owed the Russians. He was in debt to the Russians, out his ass. And he needed this lifeline, and he didn't even think he'd win, but he won. Access to the greatest grift known to mankind, the presidency of the United States. If you want to turn it into that, you can. They let Donnie do it for 4 years. He was charging Secret Service to stay in his own hotels. That is literally why emoluments clauses were written into things. For guys like Donnie Shitbags, who would charge the U.S. taxpayer, that's you, Rubes, for his Secret Service to stay at his own hotels. Trying to have foreign dignitaries have, the G7 or whatever at Doral or whatever. And we're going to have that now. We're going to have those big meetings at his hotels like he wanted to. We shamed him into not doing it in the first 4 years. He's going to do it this time. So the office is about the grift, and we all know this at this point. No one doesn't see that by now, despite what they spout online or to their friends at work. So again, the people that love to point out that he took no salary, sacrificed a great life to serve. Trump testified under oath in his NY deposition that his net worth tripled from the time he got the nomination in 2016 to 2022. And it has tripled again since then, right? Donnie's so generous, right, Rubes? He didn't even take a salary. And yet his net worth has went up 6 times. What a great guy. What a selfless, sacrificial man. Politics is the most successful business enterprise that Trump has ever engaged in his entire life. The cold hard numbers prove that, as well as his own testimony under oath. Yes, Donnie has been running for office, the presidency, since the 80s, since the Oprah show. He's been putting that idea out there for the Rubes to chew on. It took a black guy being elected president for 8 years for Donnie Shitbags to be taken seriously. And Donnie, the reason he wanted to be president so badly since the 80s is because to him, he saw it as the ultimate grift. He could do anything he wants, and he did pretty much for 4 years. And his net worth went up exponentially. So he didn't need that bitch-ass $400,000 a year, whatever a president makes. That's chump change compared to the grift. And here's just some comments. And again, I'm doing this in reverse order. My apologies. I just don't feel like going back to the beginning. I'm just going to do it in reverse. So I have some comments about Musk. And I just found some of them interesting. And again, this isn't me saying it. This is these people saying. Musk simps are so chronically stupid that they think a guy who made $500 billion leeching off government contracts and cuddling up with authoritarian politicians is somehow fighting the globalist elite. He is the ultimate spawn of the globalist elite, you morons. He is literally selling you the rope to hang yourself with. That is worded like a true poet, and that's why I read it to you. And I couldn't say it any better myself. The goal of the thing that you helped get in power, Leon Scum, I've already told you, is that every dollar on planet Earth ends up in his bank account. That's how this person thinks. That's what you've enabled, empowered, and given your country to, son. This myth that he's somehow fighting the globalist elite. Cracker. He's the richest man on earth. If anyone's the system, it's him. If anyone's the man, it's him. If anyone's the globalist elite, you fucking rubes, it's him, Leon Scum. Donnie Shitbags as well. He's the man. Now he's going to be president. It doesn't bother the rubes, though. So this idea that somehow Elon's fighting for the little man. You can lie to yourself, rubes. You can't lie to us. We know what you did. You don't understand it fully yet, but we know what you did. You gave your country away for nothing to the biggest oligarch on planet Earth. Makes George Soros look like an amateur. You guys endorsed him, kissed his ass, talked him up, bought his shitty, fire death trap cars, trying to make a statement. One of you almost died on the lot buying it. I read the whole thing on camera, pictures to back it up and everything. You got to be kidding me. Peasants fighting for the richest man on earth. Peasants eagerly just throwing their country at him. Take it all, richest man on earth. And your orange puppet, who you've bought 50% of. Vlad owns the other 50%. Do you know what you people have done? You don't. I know. You're gonna learn, though. It's gonna be fun. Trust me. I ain't you. I know what's coming. You think it's gonna be a good time? Better wake up, son. It ain't. Wake up. Here's another person. Read the Trump hotel bombers' chilling messages calling on militias to purge D.C. of Democrats. Yes, this was a total MAGA dude. The Cybertruck bomber. I was going to read you the whole article, but I don't think I will at this point. There are articles that you can go read about this gentleman who went to a Trump hotel in Vegas, filled a car with fireworks and some other light explosives, shot himself, and I'm assuming the bullet set off the fireworks and stuff in the car. And then, of course, you got Elon bragging that the Cybertruck can contain the blast, which it didn't. And we're talking about a blast of fireworks and like light explosives. We're not talking about a real bomb here. The Cybertruck wouldn't have stood a chance against that in any way, shape, or form. But I read the gentleman's statements, the notes he left. And it's, it's the typical MAGA stuff. We gotta rid DC of the liberals. Any means. First, we gotta try to do it peacefully. But, if we gotta get violent or physical, we gotta do that too. What is it with you people wanting to commit violence so badly? What is wrong with you? Why do you want to kill people? Look in the fucking mirror. Ask yourself, all you idiots with guns in the sticks, with a dummy out back that says, Nancy Pelosi on it or something. What the fuck is wrong with you? And you dare let the name Jesus pass through your fucking lips as you crave to murder people. And you put that idea forth. What the fuck is wrong with you? Reassess your entire existence from breath one out your mother's womb. If you sitting home with a dummy that says liberal on it that you use for target practice, you got the desire for murder in your heart, son. Can you even fathom that concept? With your third grade fucking education. Anyway, let me continue. Here's some Adrian Dittman posts on 4chan, and I noticed there's several people on the thing that used to be called Twitter trying to convince us that Adrian and Elon ain't the same. They're the same. Okay, give it up. The cat's out the bag, Everybody knows. The voice analysis has been done. You ain't fooling nobody. Everybody that puts this bullshit up. I heard it was a guy in Fiji on Twitter. I heard it was a guy in Germany. Get the fuck out of here. Even if they pull a guy out their ass now, they could have did it in 2 seconds. Had these guys on camera, their faces at the same time, anytime they wanted to. They didn't. Now all of a sudden I'm seeing names and people come out. Get the fuck out of here. Everyone knows it's Elon. Give it up. The jig is up. Gig is up. Cat's out the motherfucking bag. Let's read a few of these. This is Adrian Dittman. And the guy, Adrian, sounds like Elon's wife. He knows more about Elon than just anyone on the planet. Sounds like he's sleeping next to Elon every night. This was debunked, dipshit. Elon used very small doses in a medically regulated environment, and even if he did increase his dose, asking someone about their personal medical conditions is fucked up and violates HIPAA and any other moral writings on the wall. Irrelevant. To people defaming him, I hope you are enjoying yourselves. Our laws are going to change soon. Cybercrime will finally be enforced properly in this nation. Cybercrime, like huge armies of bots and trolls working in cahoots with Russia to mold public opinion, troll people, harass people, stalk people, threaten people. All the websites are allowing these things to operate. Over 70% of his followers are bots. Elon. This is what this person does. And he's talking about cyber crime, cyber stalking, talking mean about Elon. I just saw a post today by Elon saying he wants to cut down the negativity on social media. Are you fucking kidding me? I've got a comment I can't even read to you people from Twitter. It's got every racial slur you can think of about every ethnic group in cold, hard language. I saw someone screenshot that. I went to the person's account. It was still up as of 2 days ago. And it went something like this. I can't repeat it verbatim. I'm going to call blacks this. I'm going to call Chinese people this. I'm going to call, and he went through each ethnic group and he used the racial slur for that group, went down the list. This guy's a podcaster, well-known person. Every racial slur, and that was allowed to stay up. I don't know if it's up right now. So Elon wants to cut the negativity, but he allows these words, these racial slurs, to be hurled all over that website. And people will complain, and you get a message, oh yeah, they didn't violate community guidelines because we're racist as fuck. We're negative as fuck. We'll employ any trolling campaign against anyone, and that's on any website. They all do it. Threats, harassment, stalking. The most vile of vile people do this for a living. Get paid to troll and say hard things. We all went through it, remember? The Cornell thing. So this person he knows about Elon's ketamine dose, everything. This is amazing. He knows a lot about Elon. And he knows that the laws are going to change. Who would have that kind of information? So I assume that's a response to Elon, someone making a comment about Elon's ketamine use. There's one more I wanted to read you. This thread is full of negativity. I'm out of here. Enjoy your anger and resentment. Happy New Year. I got a feeling it's going to be a great one. This word negativity, Elon's using it a lot right now. Why? Because Elon gets insulted all day long on his own website, and he's got the maturity of a 3-year-old, and he's got the thinnest skin on the planet. It's beluga whale thin. He can't take it. He loves buying press outlets, throwing the word subtard, retarded at people, calling people shit for brains, etc. Tells people to fuck off, fuck themselves in the face. Big tough oligarch, right? Yet he can't take it when Cernovich calls him a monarch. He can't take the negativity anymore now that he's bought the presidency and owns our country. Now they want to nice it all up. YouTube does. X does. All the websites. They want to nice it all up. They want to normalize it all now. Pretend all the Pizzagate and bullshit didn't happen. They didn't make billions on it. Just forget about that, guys. That we promoted and enabled this stuff, and we're still promoting it and enabling it. To the point you've lost your country now. Because so many people believed what they made billions on. So it seems the websites want to get rid of the negativity now that they've made their money. Vlad's money, now that they've, gotten so much off of him. And their websites are so big. They want to go real mainstream now and really nice it up. As they buy their yachts with the billions they made off of Pizzagate. And putting Pepe the fucking frog all over the place in our faces. And all the white power messaging. Here's another one, but please do not, these are all on 4chan, by the way. These Adrian Dittman comments, and they may be deleted at this point. Not Elon, unfortunately, but please do not conflate conservative Republicans with the alt-right neo-Nazis or purely hateful incels. Well, Elon's from apartheid South Africa. His grandparents traveled the world looking for artifacts right around World War II, Nazi Germany time. Moved from Canada to apartheid South Africa. Now, they wouldn't be Nazi at all, would they? Oh, how can we forget? Elon's entire existence is based on a book called Mars Project, written by a Nazi scientist. He's named after the Elon, the king of the group of oligarchs in the technocratic, non-geographical nation states. Does it sound familiar? Who wants to go to Mars so bad like a 3-year-old? That'd be Elon, right? Just like the book. Who's trying to usher in a technocratic fucking oligarchy? That'd be Elon and Mr. Thale and others. Not George Soros. Oh no. And you rubes are helping usher in Elon's dream and Thale's dream. How do you feel about that? I know you don't care. Let me move on. I could go on with that for hours. Here's another comment. So sad that a bloated loser has to use drugs and incite world violence because he is bored and friendless. Hold on. He's inciting violence in Britain. He can't even go there. They might arrest his ass. He's commenting on British politics and influencing that and making riots happen and stuff. They want his ass. He ain't just fucking with things here. He's fucking with things, especially in Britain and other places. The world will be better once we rid ourselves of such creatures. I could not agree more. And the way we could have rid ourselves of Mr. Musk if our government would have taken action in saying, this guy is actively working with the Russians. Putting out Russian talking points left and right. Buying websites with Russian money. You know what? As the U.S. government, we need to make a move here. You know what we need to do? Cancel his contracts, security clearances, and deport him. Over. You know what we need to do with Donnie Shitbags on January 7th? Arrest him, because he tried to overthrow the U.S. government. Everyone on planet Earth knows it. And when you try and overthrow the U.S. government, you would then become the law if you were successful. So this wasn't no little thing, son. It was a very big thing, and if it would have succeeded, and it came damn close. Nothing but a window and a handgun stopped it. If it would have been successful, he would then be the law. You have to treat those crimes with special gloves. You can't fuck around with shit like that, and you can't let the guy linger for 4 more years and get back in power. The fuck are we doing here? Let's continue. Mr. Free Speech has made it so only people who pay him can reply. This reminded me of a guy named Randy Rocket. Let's continue. Hold on. This is Ian Miles and Leon Scum talking. Ian Miles says, I set my posts to verified accounts only, and it's been tremendously helpful in cutting down spam, and payouts from X are up by 20%. So Ian Miles is doing an advertisement for X. That's all this is. And he's trying to put the idea out there that set your posts to verified accounts only, so only they can comment, only they can participate. In other words, the people that give Elon $8. I thought it was free speech, not $8 speech or $20 speech or $11 speech if you have an Apple device or whatever the fuck. No, the only speeches that Elon's interested in is the speech that where every dollar of yours ends up in his bank account. Okay? Cool. So they're putting the idea out there and Elon co-signs it. Worth doing. Yeah, because, that way, everyone knows they got to pay me for their speech. Mr. Free Speech has made it so only people who pay him can reply. Remember Randy Rocket put that comment out to his viewers? That only the people that donate will get a response? I remember it. I'm like an elephant, baby. I never forget. I remember everyone and everyone's behavior in great detail. Oh, this is the tweet I was talking about. Remember, I did a video the other day where I explained how Leon Scum agreed with 3 people. One used the word subtards in reference to the MAGA base. One used the word retarded right, that phrase. And crackheads. One used crackheads, and Elon co-signed all these comments. And Elon, this is the post I couldn't find. The original tweet from Elon read, "My tolerance for subtards is limited." Again, so he's calling the MAGA base subtards that don't agree with him on the H-1B visa thing. Because the H-1B visa thing puts more of everyone's money in Elon's pocket. That's the main goal. Everything with this man is, how does every dollar end up in my bank account? Simple. He's a very simple entity. So Elon himself used the word subtards. And this is the guy you gave your country to. MAGA folk. Are you proud of yourself? This was astounding when I read it. You were warned. You people that enabled this and made this happen. You were fucking warned. Are you ready? This is Leon Scum again. There are certainly other factors at play, but heavy use of C-sections allows for a larger brain. As brain size has... As brain size has historically been limited by birth canal diameter. This is the type of wisdom you folks have missed on Twitter. This is the type of wisdom Elon had his engineers tweak the algorithm for, so it could be pumped in your face no matter what you do. You're missing this. I mean, how would I have gotten through fucking life without knowing, according to Elon, that if we just C-sectioned every woman is having a child, that eventually genetically the brain would become bigger because there'd be more room for the head to get out. That's Elon logic. What the fuck have you people done? C-section or birth through the womb. Out the womb. Normal, natural birth. Has no fucking bearing on brain size. What the fuck is wrong with this 3-year-old? What the fuck is wrong with you people for allowing him to have your country? Handing it over for nothing. This is the wisdom that Elon puts out on a daily basis. That's why I blocked his ass. Do I need comments like this in my fucking feed? What do I get out of this? The horror that this is the richest man in the world? And he wants to put brain chips in people? And people want them? And that my fellow citizens just gave our country to him? Holy fuck, what have you people done, man? And again, it's too late now, son. No takebacks. No refunds. No exchanges. I'm going to skip that one. Okay, this is about Elon's illegal alien status at one time. And this person posted, Elon Musk should have been deported 25 years ago and never allowed in the United States again. And there's a reason he's saying this, and I'm going to read you the reason right now. Because I'm your guide, baby. I have co-authored the J-1 Visa Guidebook. This is a guy named Greg Siskind. Published by LexisNexis, which has been published in annual edition since 1990s and is the main treatise on the subject. So I'm pretty familiar with the rules for J-1 visa holders, including at the time Musk attended Stanford. The moment he dropped out and was no longer in good academic standing, he was out of J-1 status, e.g., illegal. Right, he was given a visa to come go to school. If you don't go to school, then they send your ass back. It's the same thing with a work visa. The H-1B folks, they get a work visa to come to America. If they fuck the job up, or get fired, or quit, or become a drug addict, or an alcohol, whatever, they get sent back. Real simple concept. So Musk was illegal at that point and unauthorized to work as well. Everyone has a problem when Mexicans come across the border and do this. Or other foreigners overstay their visa or H-1B visas or whatever. No problem with this guy though, right? Because he's on the MAGA All-Stars team. That he was illegal, right? No problem. Not a bad word to say about it, I'm sure. Right, Colt? If he successfully transitioned to H-1B status, it's because he either left the country or re-entered in that status, or he lied to USCIS, then the INS, about his status. They didn't track J-1 students all that closely until after 9/11, when they created SEVIS, S-E-V-I-S, I don't know what that is. So it was a lot easier to get away with things. I have no idea if it was the former or the latter, but it doesn't look like Elon is claiming he was still attending Stanford when he got the H-1B. And the emails published with the story certainly seem to show otherwise. There was an interview with Elon and his brother where his brother basically blurted it out that they were illegal for a little bit. And Elon's like, oh, shush about that. Change the subject. That tells me all I need to know, that they were illegal for... His own brother said it. I'm paraphrasing. But he said it out loud. No problem with the white guy from South Africa being illegal for a little bit, right? You do have a problem with the brown-skinned Mexican being illegal for a little bit, right? Bet you do. Look in the mirror and think about why that is. Do yourself a favor. Okay, I don't know if you heard. Donnie shitbags his case under Judge Merchan. I don't even remember. Is it the fraud case? I don't remember. Does it matter? Because it's all going to go away anyway. Merchan basically said, because Donnie, when he won the presidency, see, Donnie's been thinking this whole time that there's this magic thing when you win the presidency in the United States, all your crimes go away. No one can say nothing bad about you. And all your convictions go away. The whole record just go away. It's like Jesus forgives it all when you win the presidency. Donnie really thought that. We're dealing with someone with 7-year-old mentality here. I don't care how fucking fake rich he is or how much he's stolen from you rubes. He really thought that. He really thought, if I win the presidency, all my convictions, everything just goes away. He really believed that. So he asked Judge Merchan, can you dismiss my case? Can you dismiss my conviction? Merchan said, sorry, I'm not going to do that. But Merchan basically told him, you're not going to serve any jail time. So we already know, once again, that Donnie won't see 1 second in prison for his felonies. The convicted felon. So we already know that's the case. That wasn't good enough for Donnie. He wants the whole case dismissed. Well, Merchan told him to fuck off. I worry for Judge Merchan. If anyone will be targeted first by these sociopaths, it'll be him. I hope he has security, and I hope he, makes sure he's safe. Anyway, this is a statement by Stephen Chung. I assume that's a spokesman for Donnie Shitbags. Today's order by the deeply conflicted acting Justice Merchan in the Manhattan DA witch hunt is a direct violation of the Supreme Court's immunity decision and other long-standing jurisprudence. No, it isn't. This lawless case should have never been brought, and the Constitution demands that it be immediately dismissed. I find it funny that he used the word lawless. Because who's more lawless than he? There's a phrase I've heard before, the lawless one. I don't know, maybe you've heard it too. Funny that word was used. So he wants the case dismissed. President Trump must be allowed to continue the presidential transition process and to execute the vital duties of the presidency, the grift, unobstructed by the remains of this or any remnants of the witch hunts. He wants all cases to go away. Donnie doesn't hide his intentions. He puts it right out there like a 3-year-old. I told you, he just proved it. He thought, like a little kid, when I win the presidency, Mommy, all my crimes go away, all my convictions, everything, right, Mommy? Yes, Donnie. That's what he thought. We're dealing with childhood mentality here. Adolf Hitler, childhood mentality. These people are manipulatable easily, like small children. That doesn't mean they ain't dangerous. They utterly dangerous. You'll see. There should be no sentencing. And President Trump will continue fighting against these hoaxes until they're all dead. They ain't hoaxes. It's not but a fraction of his crimes he was prosecuted for. You people have no right to complain. There could be so many more court cases against this entity that you've handed your country to. Pure grifter since he was a kid. Oh my God, little children, what have you done? So the judge upheld the conviction, said, no, I'm not dismissing the conviction. I'm not taking, your conviction away. And I'm going to sentence you. And it's going to be before your inauguration. But you're not going to get any jail time. Don't worry, Donnie. And this may be the reason, shit like that, may be the reason 20-some million people didn't come out and vote. Because they watched law enforcement let one of the greatest criminals this country has ever seen slide for 4 years. They were lied to. They were strung along for nothing, just so we could hand the keys back to the guy who tried to rob the bank. The keys to the vault, that is. And, again, this guy that I just love so much, Liam Neeson, he will be silenced at some point. He's been silenced before. He will be silenced, don't worry. He gets to Elon really badly. And he posted this yesterday, that thing I sung in the beginning. I wasn't singing it because I really want to see those things or anything. It's a Tool song. And this guy posted these lyrics yesterday, and it's a song I hadn't thought about in a while, and I just found it interesting, and I don't even know why he posted it. He makes a lot of jokes online. He likes poking fun. He's funny. He's a funny guy. He's a guy that has the ability to put a knife in the heart of the devil. I like that, with his words, with his wit. I like that. Reminds me of people. So he just posted these 2 lines yesterday, and I still don't even know why. One great big festering neon distraction. I've a suggestion to keep you all occupied. That's a song by Tool. And guess what the song's about? It's about the end of the world. I think it came out around the year 2000 or something like that, when that subject was being discussed a lot. Or was it 2012? Maybe it came out. I can't remember. Because that subject was being discussed a lot around 2012 too. You remember the movie 2012, John Cusack, all that. Very entertaining movie. Very frightening movie. So yeah, one great big festering neon distraction. I have a suggestion to keep you all occupied. That's 2 lines from the song, and the song is about the end of the world. It's not a happy song. And that's why I sang in the beginning, and it's kind of, it's kind of pertinent. I'm not saying the world's going to end. There's going to be tidal waves and all that shit. No, that's not what I'm saying. What you've heard and what you think isn't necessarily how it goes. Okay? The world doesn't explode. The world still exists after the end, per se. It doesn't just blow up and it's all over. No. Maybe, scientifically a billion years our sun burns out, all that. That's a different story. I'm talking about the end prophetically. The world doesn't blow up. So that song, tidal waves and earthquakes and all that, that's not necessarily how it goes. Anyway, this is what really got me. This is what I mentioned in the opening. How disgusting an entity is Donnie Shitbags. Jimmy Carter, the one-term Democrat president right before Reagan, that everyone loves to talk shit on. Here's what Jimmy Carter was and is not. He was not an oligarch, is not an oligarch. He served in the military. The guy spent his years after the presidency not trying to amass a huge fortune and become a king. His very late years, he was building houses when he's in his 90s. What I'm trying to say is, There's a lot of Christians and people that like to think they are good and try and do something good and think they're trying to do something good. That man was trying to do something good, Mr. Carter, who I have a lot of respect for. Again, not an oligarch. That's the key phrase there. Just like Joe Biden. You know, the two guys you fucking despise. The two guys that are closer to being like you than Donnie Shitbags and Leon Scum will ever be. Those two were born filthy fucking rich. They have no idea what it's like to be the rube on the farm or in the trailer park, or to be me, the poor non-rube. They have no idea, nor do they care. They see you as a mark, nothing more. Mr. Carter, Mr. Biden do not see you as a mark. Mr. Carter, Mr. Biden, they were true believers in America. They were old school, true believers. You can tell by the way they speak and carry themselves. They both care about this country. So Mr. Carter, why is this an issue? Why am I bringing him up? Well, the flag at Donnie's inauguration will be at half-staff. Of course, Donnie called it half-mast because he's a fucking 5-year-old idiot who just can't wait to get in there and grift and steal more from you. So the flag will most likely, unless the dictator makes it otherwise, be flown at half-staff because of Jimmy Carter's death. I didn't know this, but I just learned it, that when a president dies, an ex-president, they lower the flag for 30 days. I guess that falls in the time of Donnie's inauguration. So Donnie put a whole rant on his money laundering operation about Jimmy Carter and the flag being at half-staff. Such a disgusting cretin you folks associate with and put your name on. The Democrats are all giddy about our magnificent American flag potentially being at half-mast. That's in quotes. Moron, 2-year-old, whatever. It shouldn't be in quotes. It shouldn't be half-mast. Maybe he said that in the past because he's a true fucking idiot. I don't know. During my inauguration. No, Democrats are not dancing in the streets because the flag is at half-staff. Democrats are sad because Jimmy Carter died. And that's what they're thinking about. Donnie's thinking about me. The same thing Donnie always thinks about. When Donnie dies, and whenever that fucking happens, as an ex-president, and his that 1 month time period falls on another president's inauguration, will Donnie be cool that we raised the flag and said, fuck Donnie shitbags? We got no respect for him as an ex-president. We're not going to give him the month that we gave Carter and Reagan and all the prior presidents, because I just don't like it that way. Whoever the new president would be. That's what Donnie's saying here. Fuck Jimmy Carter. This is my moment. Like a true 3-year-old. That's what you gave your country to. An abomination. Spouting abominations. That's simple. And he opens it up with the Democrats are really happy about this. So get all riled up, Colt. Go do the dirty work for me and start a ruckus over this. Because it's messing up my moment. They think it's so great and are so happy about it because in actuality they don't love our country, really? Says the guy who says, fucking ex-president, I'm having my inauguration, damn it. And then he gonna mention the good of the country? and love of country? That is love of country, isn't it? Honoring an ex-president by lowering the flag. It's a big deal when they lower the flag for a person. It's a huge sign of respect. They only think about themselves. My God, was there ever a greater sentence put forth by an entity replete with projection? A greater sentence put forth in the history of mankind that describes an entity and he's trying to point the finger at others. You're what I'm saying. No, Donnie, this is you. No, Rubes, this is Donnie. Only cares about himself. He's proving it with this statement. Fuck Jimmy Carter. Fuck the fact he was an ex-president. I want the flag at the top. Fuck American tradition. Fuck values. Fuck all that. It's Donnie Shitbag's time. Donnie Shitbag's moment. But for Democrats, it's all about me. No. For Donnie, every second is about me. I've never seen a greater statement projected before onto other people. That defines what an entity actually is. They only think about themselves, says the entity. I've never seen a more selfish, disgusting entity before. And he's proving it with this very statement as he's pointing the finger at another group of people saying they're all about themselves, lowering the flag for Jimmy Carter like we've done for every other president. How dare they? Oof. Look at what they've done to our once great America over the past 4 years. It's a total mess. In any event, because of the death of President Jimmy Carter, the flag may, for the first time ever during an inauguration of a future president, be at half-mast. Half-mast. That would be half-staff. Nobody wants to see this, and no American can be happy about it. Let's see how it plays out. Make America great again. I bet no other human being on earth would have noticed or cared that the flag was at half-staff for Jimmy Carter during this thing's inauguration. He's the only one thinking about it. And every time he's the only one thinking about something, it's always many people are saying this. He's always speaking for everyone. Do you notice that? The boy who was born rich, was put on salary when he was a child, probably for tax purposes, not out of love. Inherited $400 million after and really wanted more, tried to weasel the rest away from the rest of the family. Tried to get his dying father to sign a paper. You know what paper I'm talking about. It didn't work, though. Old Monster Fred had enough still up here to say, fuck off, Donnie. You've been nipping at my heels for a long time. You think I don't know? Think I don't know? What a monster you have enabled. Let's see how it plays out. Make America great again. MAGA. MAGA. And that's it for today's episode. And I'm glad I did it in reverse and ended with this, because this is so disgusting. And if you out there, all two of you that see this, if you don't think what I just read you here, this last thing, it's just absolutely disgusting and pure fucking projection. No one is about me more than good old Donnie Shitbags. As he's literally disrespecting an American president who has passed. He's trying to put the idea out to the rubery that the Democrats are all about themselves by following tradition and keeping the flag at half-staff for 30 days when an ex-president dies. This is what Donnie Shitbags is thinking about while you're worrying how you're going to buy food, take care of your kids, etc. This monster you have enabled is thinking about a flag at half-staff in honor of an ex-president. Who cares what political party that president comes from? I don't care. I can live with an ex-president having the flag at half-staff after their death. That tradition, I can live with that. I can live with that bit of respect being shown to the office. Why can't Donnie live with that? I don't know. That last statement just kind of says it all, what kind of entity we're dealing with. And as the rest of us struggle through life and wonder how we're gonna make it, this person wants to make sure at the beginning, before they start their dictatorship, that the flag is at the top and not at half-mast. And fuck that ex-president guy. He was a liberal anyway. Fuck him. Again, all I can say, you guys like words like this. An abomination, spouting abominations. That's all I can say. Anyway, until the next episode of The Apocalypse, have a wonderful day.